I was wrong. In my last video, I blasted the Buccaneers, especially the defense. I accused them of giving up, not trying. I likened them to the 2011 Buccaneers that quit. I blasted Devin White for poor effort. I've spent the past few days analyzing the defensive side of the coach's film, and I'm here to tell you, I was wrong about my initial assessment. The Buccaneers defense did not quit. They did not play like they did not care. And Devin White did not put in a poor performance. There was a couple of clips shown on the broadcast and picked up by all of us pundits that made Devin White appear very bad in his performance. In my last video, I even referenced his lackluster performance that I had seen in the past few games. It was basically a pile-on of Devin White. I laid the blame of the Buccaneers defense squarely on Devin White's shoulders. Now, while that is warranted because he is the play caller and the captain of the defense, I am here to tell you that the Buccaneers defense and Devin White played much better than I initially thought. There were a few factors why the Buccaneers defense did not perform so well in this game, but lack of effort was not one of them. The number one reason why the Buccaneers defense appeared to perform so poorly in this game, and I hate to be this guy again, but it's 100% true, because the Ravens offense did an ungodly amount of holding. And I'll say this, they are masters at it. They have it down to an elite level. I counted 22 uncalled holding penalties against the Ravens offense. This was not as much as the 34 uncalled holds committed by the Chiefs in Week 4, but the holding by the Ravens was much more crucial and polished. Almost every big run they got was because of holding. Even in Shaq Barrett's mic'd up video, he called the offensive line out for holding.
Y'all always holding and y'all be
Now, the refrain I normally hear is, Ralph, there's a holding on every play. But that's simply not true. There's a pretty technical definition of holding in football. And while I do expect to see uncalled holding penalties every now and then in a game, sometimes a team gets away with it so much that you have to wonder what in the world are the refs smoking. Especially when it is wide out in the open like this. I mean, the Ravens were very precise with their holding, and it allowed them to get some very big plays. There's no doubt in my mind that they are coached to do this. Here is holding right beside the ball carrier for a big gain. And Levante David is getting tackled right here beside the ball carrier. How do the refs not see this? And the crazy thing about that is they didn't need to do it. And that brings me to the second reason why the Buccaneers defense looks so bad. The Ravens are a very, very good offensive team. Even without the holding, the Ravens offense would have beat our defense. Lamar Jackson is an incredible quarterback. His mastery of the system they're running in Baltimore is elite level. He is RG3 without the flaws. He has completely mastered the option play. He consistently faked out our defense, which over the past few years, they've been very good at not falling for the option. Even Shaq Barrett, who hardly ever gets faked out, had trouble with Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson's decision-making was top-notch in this game. It seemed that no matter what the defense did, he found the weak spot. In one second quarter drive, they had 9 plays. 9 of them were passes. 5 of them were against our rookie, McCollum. 5 straight passes against our rookie, McCollum. The coaches got outcoached as well. I mean, defensively, we ran almost exclusively zone coverage, which is what you want to do against a running team and a running quarterback. But it was like the Ravens coaches knew what the Buccaneers defense were going to do every play. While on the other side, our defense didn't seem to know what their offense was going to do on any play. But I want to emphasize this. Our defense did not quit or loaf. I mean, here's Devin White with a good read, block avoidance, and tackle late into the fourth quarter. He is still playing hard and trying. They actually played hard, but they got extremely frustrated. What I took away from this is there's quite a few things that our defense needs to do to improve. The number one thing is we got to get push up the middle. I mean, we are getting none. I cannot emphasize how bad this has become for us. Without pressure up the middle, the quarterbacks can do anything they want back there. It also allows the running game of our opponents to have all kinds of options. We have to get push up the middle from our defensive line. Another thing is our defense must get more physical. Too many plays I've seen where a good hit, a good tackle could possibly dislodge a ball, knock a receiver out of bounds before he gets his feet in, and our defenders are instead pushing them. Our guys are not laying the wood, which brings me to tackling. We got to get our tackling down. And the fundamentals, we have way too many missed tackles. And too many times we're running into each other and knocking each other off the tackle like Keystone Cops. Our defense is failing at a fundamental level. I mean, we have the skill. We know that. There's a mental block going on. This is all completely in their head. They've got to get their minds right. It's like the whole team is going through a divorce and cannot think straight. The good thing is that's an easy fix. And lastly, this defense has got to learn techniques to avoid being held and to get out of holds. Now, the league has changed over the past couple years. There's less of an emphasis on holding calls. The Buccaneers need to adapt to that, both defensively and offensively. Defense has got to learn how to not be held and get off of holds, and the offense has got to start learning how to hold. They need to watch the Ravens' offensive line to get some pointers. But of course, all this is easier said than done. Our defense is good. We got a lot of skilled players, and we have a great coaching staff. We have got to start playing to the elite level that we are capable of. Missing Barrett is going to hurt our defense greatly. But injuries are part of the game, and guys like Nelson, O'Connor, Nassib, they're all just going to have to step up. With all that being said, I was greatly encouraged by what I saw on tape. Our defense didn't quit. They didn't loaf. They did not give poor effort. They fought until the end, but they just got beat. Now it's time for me to study the offense. So until next time, go Bucs.